Would you like to learn how to ask and get a pay raise? Why not? I'll explain how to do that in this video. Hello, I'm Stephen Goldberg of Optimist Performance, bringing you practical tips on leadership, team development, and employee performance in the workplace. Why not earn more money for the time you put out and for utilizing your skills? That would apply to everybody in every position, even the boss, because we all have to answer to someone. So I'm going to explain a process on how to ask for and get a raise. The first thing you want to consider is the timing. Is it the right time to ask for a raise? How is the company doing? I just read an article about Air Canada, who's the primary airlines in this country, Canada, and they announced for the first half of the year a fantastic profit of over $300 million. And they were also negotiating with their airline pilots and just offered a 30% pay increase along with some other benefits. So obviously anybody working in the company can see the company's doing well and it's a good time to ask for more money. Now, you may not be privy to that type of information if you're working for a small private company, but there are signs that tell you how well the company's doing. You can maybe look at your boss. Did he buy a new car, or is he taking a trip somewhere? Is the company investing money in new equipment or technology? So there's signs that point to how the company is doing financially, because you want to ask when the timing is right, not when the company is suffering. The next thing you want to do is some research on the market. So how is your pay compared to others in your field? Now, there's ways to find out that information so you know if you're at the low end of the scale, the mid or the high end, and you want to be able to use that information to pinpoint how much of a raise you're looking for based on the market, but other factors as well. Now, in the US, there's the website onetonline.org where you could get that type of information. Now, maybe you're not in the US, I'm in Canada, but I do use that site to get an understanding of what people are being paid in different areas. I mean, you could even go by state and see what the jobs that you're looking for are, how they're being compensated. And you could translate that perhaps into your own country. Canada's similar, but there's also government sites wherever you are that should have some information, so you could check that out. The other thing you want to look at as far as your research is there a demand, a high demand for your skills? So the more in demand your skill set is, your prime skill set, the more you could ask to be compensated for those skills. Of course, provided that you're doing a good job. I'll get to that next. So on the onetonline.org, they provide information as to jobs that have a bright outlook or in high demand. But you probably have a sense of that already. Maybe you're being solicited by headhunters to change companies, and that's good information to use to build your confidence and back up your demands. And you want to keep a record of that too. Maybe you don't want to switch companies, but maybe you feel the company's doing well and they could afford to pay you more, and you got solicited and maybe offered more money. but you don't necessarily want to move because you like where you're working, you like the people you're working with, you're doing interesting work. So, but it's good to have that information. The next thing you want to do is keep a performance record. Now, I have a form that I could provide to you. There's a place you could access all my free downloads. It's in the description of the video. And simply what it is, I mean, you could just do it on your own in your agenda or in an app where you could keep notes, a note-keeping app, and just to keep track of what are you accomplishing that is significant. So that's important because you want to plead your case or build your case. Why are you asking for a raise? Why do you deserve it? So if you have a record of things you've accomplished, then that's really important. And you want to also link that to how it contributes to the health and the health of the company, both productivity-wise, performance-wise, financially, if you can link it to that. So that's very important, to link your accomplishments with how it's benefiting the company and even people, maybe how it's benefiting your boss. Maybe it's the owner of the company or a director. So you want to make that link. Next, you want to prepare a good pitch. So being well prepared when you go to meet with your boss, if that's the person you're asking for the raise, probably it is. And you don't have to wait till the end of the year, your performance review. That's probably a good time to do it because that's when they look at salaries as well. But it could be any time, maybe on your work anniversary. So you want to prepare a good pitch. And that's why doing the research, having written information on the market, how you're being paid, building your confidence in terms of your skill set, and having that performance record will contribute to that self-confidence and your worth to the company. So you could make a good case, and that's what the pitch should be comprised of concrete factors, not just, well, I think I'm doing great, I need a raise, but why. You have to back it up like selling anything and explain that in terms of your worth and how it's contributing to the economic and productivity of the company. Then you want to be ready to negotiate. So what is the bottom line you're willing to accept? Maybe you want to shoot for more. If you do your research and you see other jobs are paying more, I mean similar jobs but in the market are paying more based on, you could also consult job postings to see what they're offering. And so if you're earning, let's say, $50,000 a year, but you see jobs are being offered as high as $70,000, let's say, then you want to be able to show that you've done your research and that if you consider yourself a top performer, why aren't you earning that top of the scale of pay that's being paid in the marketplace? So that's where research is very important, so you can negotiate. The other part you can negotiate is if you cannot get the maximum, maybe accept a increase in your base pay, but also negotiate a pay for performance. So if you're keeping records of your accomplishments, a performance record, you could use that to say, hey, well, why don't we negotiate on top of my salary a bonus based on my performance. Perhaps you already get a performance bonus, but maybe you can increase it. Maybe you could tie it to your accomplishments. But when you do that, you got to be careful to make sure that your objectives as far as performance, the goals, are attainable, and consider what you need from the company to help you achieve that. So that could be part of your renegotiation and your employment contract. And that's often left out, and then that could lead to frustration and dissatisfaction with what you're getting, how you're getting compensated. So make sure that if you do negotiate performance pay, that you are getting the support you need to achieve it. And that's pretty much it. So just to recap, a negotiation, prior to negotiating, do your research on the market, keep a performance record, prepare your pitch properly, how you're going to back up your demand, why you should get paid more, be prepared to negotiate, and consider also a pay for performance. I have created a cheat sheet that will help you think through these items that I've suggested, so you could go onto my page where I have this loaded up, ready for you to download, and get it and start working, preparing for your next session to ask for your pay increase. So I hope this is useful to you, and that you'll use this to help you negotiate a better salary or performance bonus. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so and turn on notifications to get news of new videos. Please provide feedback, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up so it'll help others find it as well. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk again soon.